Yes, yes, yes. We are live. We're alive. I see myself. I see myself. All right. Ontarian Hawkins here, guys. What is going on? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. And if you can hear me okay, give me a like, give me a like, give me a love. And we're going to talk a little bit about the cycle of life and the missing component. This thought came to my mind. I was on my way home actually from running a few errands. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So I'm going to do my best to put this on paper. But first of all, I want to do some shout outs. I want to do some shout outs. Shout outs. I'm mispronouncing it. To a few of my colleagues, few of my team members who are really doing very well in the entrepreneurial space. Very, very proud of them. You don't hear these names a lot, guys, and I tell you what, they are working behind the scenes, and I get to see the fruits of their labor. I get to see, average people who you don't see a lot online. You don't see a lot of them doing videos. You don't see a lot of them on leaderboards, but they are making it happen. So as you just saw here, I posted on my timeline. The first person I want to recognize is Meredith Abella. 10 minutes ago, I posted this on my wall. Meredith is an individual that is very inspiring because, first of all, she is a mom, but not only that, she is a soon to be another mom, soon to be mom to be, if that makes sense. She is having another baby, okay, and all of this while she's pregnant and everything, guys. She is grinding, okay, and she is starting to see the fruits of her labor because of her diligence. So congratulations to Meredith. The second person I want to recognize is Kay Prey and her husband, Tony. If you guys are looking at this, congratulations. They have joined me in a system called the Miracle System. Not even a month ago, probably just a few weeks in, and they are already creating residual income. Okay, residual income. So congratulations. The last person is Janet Edmondson. Janet started with me also in the Miracle System, and Janet is starting to have a lot of momentum as well. She's already starting to create some momentum and residual income in the Miracle System. So congratulations, Janet. Janet, congratulations. Kay Prey and Tony Poindexter, congratulations. And Meredith is mainly doing offline business opportunities. She's joined me in one in particular that she's doing very well in. So continue doing what you're doing, guys. It's going to, let me tell you something. I promise you, if you stick with this and you're just getting started, just think about where you're going to be in 90 days. Think about it. 90 days from now, where is your momentum going to be? What about 6 months from now? So my encouragement to you is stick with the plan. If you can make $20, if you can make $100 online, guess what? You can make thousands. Why is that? Because the same activities that you're doing, the same work that you're doing is going to breed the same results. It's just the momentum, the massive momentum that you're going to create in 90 days is going to breed, it's going to bring more money. Okay, so that's all we're doing. We're just building stepping stones, so to speak. All right, so let's talk about the cycle of life and the missing component. And before we get in, I want to say congratulations. We already did a congratulations, but I'm actually reading Travis Johnson's congratulations. What's going on, Travis? Nicholas Lau, follow the hawk, man. Hey, we're going to have to talk about that, bro. We're going to have to talk about follow the hawk. I like that. I really do. Gloriella, what's going on, sister? Hey, Steve, all the way from California. All right, guys. Also, I want to say congratulations to myself. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been on a weight loss journey here lately. I've lost some weight. I went from probably about a month or so ago from the 240s. Believe it or not, I was in my 240s. Now I am back in I'm fluctuating between 230, and this morning I was around 228. So I'm losing weight fast. I'm toning up. It feels good, and I have more energy. It's just something that I needed to do. I want to thank my wife for standing behind me and pushing me and encouraging me. She's one of the main components in my life that's helping me with this. Also, my coach, guys. I got a coach. Can you believe that? He's my motivation coach when it comes to health and wellness. He's my, he trains me every morning. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, guys, and at 5 o'clock I am working out. I'm at the facility, working and working out hard. And so thanks to Coach Robert Caddy, and the Better team. We're all a big team there, and we're all helping each other as well. So I love it. You can't have your wealth if you don't have the health. That's right, Nick. That's right. Absolutely. Guys, also check out the post that I made on my wall this morning about Steve Jobs. It is going to motivate you. It is going to inspire you. Okay. Steve Jobs, as you guys know, before he passed away with cancer, he was a billionaire. Okay. And read his story, read his last words. It's on my wall. You can scroll up and see it. It is going to inspire you. So without further ado, let's talk about the cycle of life in the missing component. Now, this is what I'm going to draw out to you. I'm going to do my best to draw it out for you. I want you to think about, as I'm drawing this out, what is the missing component? Now, this is dealing with entrepreneurship, okay? The cycle of life in the missing component. So let me share my screen, and we're going to get into it, folks. So bear with me just for a second. I want to share my screen. There we go. Boom. All right. So you guys should be able to see my white screen here. So this is what I was thinking about on the way home. I was like, man, it's amazing. It's really amazing how this works. So here's the goal. Let me just ask you this before I start. What is the goal of life? What is the goal of, as a business person, or before we get into business, what is your goal? What are you looking to accomplish? Why do we go to school? Why do we go to college? What are we pursuing, so to speak? So let me just draw this out to kind of, break this down on where I'm going here. Okay. We're told on an early age, we're told by our parents, most of us, to go to school. Okay. We're told to go to school. Now, when I say school, I'm talking about college. Now, you definitely, high school, of course, that's a given. You want to at least have your diploma. But when I say we're told to go to school, I'm talking about we're told to go to college. And let me ask you this. How much does college cost these days? Can someone give me a estimate? How much does college cost for a full year? Actually, let's just take for 4 years. And as a matter of fact, what I can do is go to Google and I can type in cost of college 4 years. Okay, so average cost of college for 4 years. So let's go to We got the average cost of college in America 2019 report. Let's see what this is. Okay. Scroll down here. Average cost of college statistics and key findings. Average total cost of public colleges, $25,290 in-state, $40,940 out-of-state. Average total cost of private colleges is $50,900. Okay. It says here the majority of students may pay between $6,000 and $15,000 in tuition for both public and private schools in the United States. More than 19.9 million students are projected to attend American colleges and universities in fall of 2018, with around 6.7 million going to two-year institutions and 13.3 million going to four-year institutions. Okay. So 40,000, and this looks like it's probably yearly right here. So 25,000 in-state, that's more like a yearly fee. Let me look at the comments and see what you guys are saying here about how much it would more than likely cost. So Steve said 100K, yeah, man, 60K a year. Mm-hmm. Hey, Estella, what's going on, sister? Yeah, definitely, you're going to be in debt with college. So 60K a year, that sounds about right, man, Michael. So let's just say, get another color here. Let's just say it's $60,000 for the year. Okay. Now, every university is different. Okay, so we're told to go to school, and we're told that by going to school, we're going to graduate with a degree, and whatever degree we're going to graduate with is going to allow us to experience the American dream. Okay, so we go to school we pay thousands. I want you to follow me here closely. This was my thought process driving. I said, I'm going to do a video about this. We pay thousands to go to school in hopes of getting a degree that will allow us to experience the American dream. Okay. Now, question. You know what my next question is, don't you? Question. What is the American dream? Can anyone tell me? What is the American dream? I'm looking at my comments here. What is the American dream? Okay. Now let's move on in this diagram. As you're answering that question, we're going to move on in the diagram. So we're told to go to school to get a degree, and the next thing that happens after we get a degree is we have to go out and get what's called a job. Okay. We're told to go out and get a job. What is the American dream? John, again, is that your answer? Is that your answer? Financially free? Is that the American dream? Let me know, brother. Okay, so we're told to go out and get a job, guys, once we graduate from college. Now, I'm going to go back to this. We've spent thousands of dollars to go to school, okay, for 4 years. Let's just say the tuition is $60,000 a year. Well, let's cut that down to $30,000 a year. Okay, So $30,000 times 4 years is what? $30,000 times 4 years is $120,000, guys. Okay, $120,000. Now, the job, you want to find a job that's going to pay you well. You want to find a job that's going to pay you well, right? Question, because there's a lot of competition in this area, folks. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, there's a lot of competition in this area of a job. Also with a job, there is only one income stream, okay? Now, if you are married, of course, you have one income stream underneath one roof. So because both of you are married, you're one flesh. So you got one income stream under one roof, all right, if both parties are working. So, however, you're trading time for money. And if something happens to your job, or if you get laid off or fired, that income stream stops. That income stream stops. So my question is, what's the American dream? And is your job the American dream? Is your job the American dream? Remember, we're talking about the cycle of life and the missing components. The cycle of life and the missing components. Well, that job is designed to do what? Let's just say you make $40,000 a year. So at your job, they're going to pay you $40,000 per year, guys. Let's break that down monthly. If we break that down monthly, I believe that is around $3,000 per month. It's about $3,000 per month. Now you have a house, you have vehicles, you have bills. Okay, so you have children, family, what have you. How far is that going to go? How far is that going to go? It's not going to go very far. Most of the time, okay. This is the stats over time, because $3,000 a month, guys. You got to pay your mortgage, your rent, your car payment. You got to get food. That doesn't go a long way. Okay. Then what happens if you don't have enough money left at the end of the month? What do you start doing? You start doing something called borrowing. Okay. In the form of credit cards, etc. Right? Okay. You guys following me so far? You guys following me so far? Who knows where I'm going with this? Does anyone know the missing component yet? Because we're still drawing this out. We're still drawing this out. Does anyone know the missing component? Jessica Summers, yes, right. Yeah, loans. People start, this is the cycle, guys. This is the cycle. All right. This is what I remember, you were told to do, I was told to go to college, get a degree, get a job, and live the American dream. But this to me doesn't look like the American dream, guys. Okay. So what happens when you have to borrow? You're already in debt over here. Okay. We're already in debt. You've heard of the phrase, we're robbing Peter to pay Paul. We're trying to get out of debt. We're trying to, while we're trying to get out of debt, we're trying to keep our house. We're trying to keep our cars. We're trying to keep our kids in school, right? The cycle of life. So what happens when all of this starts to pile up? What happens next? Something happens, guys. School, job, you can't make ends meet. There's something called stress. Something called stress happens, guys. How many of you guys ever been stressed before? Stressed out to the max, right? You just been stressed. You don't know what you're going to do, how to do it, vice versa. Okay. I'm gonna put all this together here in just a bit, but I want you to follow me here. School, we were told to get we were told we're going to get a degree so we can experience the American dream. We got to go out and get a job to pay first of all for a living, to make a living, but we're also in a hole. So we're trying to dig our way. So when we get out of school, we're already in a hole. And for the next 20, 30, 40 years, we're trying to dig ourselves out of a hole. That becomes stressful. And what does a person do when they're stressed? What does a person do when they're stressed? Well, you may pick up some bad habits, and that's different for everybody. Okay, that's different for everybody. That can be eating, you can overeat. That can be drinking, alcohol, right? You're trying to cover up some things here. This is real life stuff, right? You're trying to cover up. You're trying to get some a sense of peace here, right? So school, job, stress, school, job, and stress. If you've ever been stressed out to the max, guys, drop me a number 1 in the comments. If you've ever been stressed out to the max. If you've ever been stressed out to the max. So let me ask you this. This is something that just randomly popped in my head on the way home. I was like, let me see if I can draw this out and talk about it and see if anyone can relate. Can you guys relate to what I'm saying here? Can you guys relate to what I'm saying? If this what I just drew out to you, and again, this is off the cuff. If you can relate to what I just said, because I believe we've all been there. Okay, I've been here. All right, some of you are probably still in this. Okay, I call this the matrix. Put a number 7. Put a number 7 below if you see yourself in this. Okay, and then I'm going to ask you this, because this is a problem, right? Now let me take it a little bit further. Because if we stay in this zone, here's the next component. Another color. Let me get yellow. Actually, this color here. Here's the next component after stress. Because stress, again, if it's not tamed correctly, can breed bad habits. Eating, drinking, you can add all kind of stuff there, right? What happens next? You get sick. You get sick. And guess what? If you get real sick, what happens? You got to go to the hospital. You got to go to the hospital, right? To get better. And guess what? That's even more bills. And that's even more stress, guys. The cycle of life. The cycle of life. This mock diagram, believe it or not, is what a lot of us in this world, not just in America, a lot of us in this world, that a lot of people go through it, or they're going through it right now. Why are there so many hospitals being built these days? Why are there so many fast food restaurants being built these days? You ever asked yourself that before? Cycle. The cycle. So let me ask you this, guys. There's a missing component. There's a missing component. And what is missing? Now, I'm talking in the entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, I'm thinking as an entrepreneur here. What is missing in this equation? And let me give you the area where it's missing. Right in this area here is where it's missing. Does anyone know? Does anyone know where it's missing? School, job, stress, sick. This is the cycle. But we have to know the missing component. Does anyone know the missing component? If you don't, I'll tell you. It's one word. It's one word. And let me just say this. Our parents, if you were in this cycle of life, they learned it from their parents, and they learned it from their parents. So this stuff was passed down from generations, folks. This is nothing new. But here's what it is. Actually, it's not here. Let me erase that. Erase this. Oh, no, it's gonna let me. There we go. All right. Eraser, boom. And go back here. So actually the missing component is right here. And that missing component is education, guys. It's simple education. Now, not education that you get in college, but it's getting educated when it comes to financial education. Okay. Me personally, I was not taught about credit, about raising my credit or how to raise or how to keep credit. I wasn't taught about debt elimination. I wasn't taught about how to be my own entity, how to become my own economy. Just think if we were all taught how to be an entrepreneur ahead of time, before school even became, a one of those components, where would we be today? Now, granted, a lot of us have to go through this unbeknownst to ourselves, but we all after school and after we go through this cycle of life, we come to a point in our lives where we wake up. We wake up and we want to be educated on entrepreneurship. We want to learn how to make extra income. But what if we had it right here? What if we had it right here? Now, there's many people who are going through this same phase right now as we speak. But these same people, let me tell you what else happens in this cycle. You get conditioned to only one way of making money. Okay? You get conditioned to only one way of making money, and that's a job. So, you know, all your life, you're told, go to school, get a job, and that's all you know. And many times when something is presented to the person who goes through this cycle, i.e., an opportunity to make extra money, they look at it as a scam. They look at it as something that is, you know, not real. So if you ever have somebody that you approach and say, "Hey, you know, I just started a business, you know, I'm very excited about it," and you show them the information and they call it a scam, just know that they are probably in this cycle of life, right? Or they, you know, they've been there. They've tried to work a business before, and they didn't make it. Okay, but most of the time it's going to be, I believe, from my experience, from people who go through this cycle, and their way of thinking is they have a one-track mind. I only know how to work a job. Okay, so it is a lack of education. It's a lack of education that's missing here before a person is told to go to school. They're not told that, hey, you can become your own entity. You can become your own economy. You see what I'm saying? And that is the missing component, a lack of education. All right? A lack of education. Actually, in the Bible, it says, and I believe it's in Hosea, my people perish due to a lack of education. Okay? My people perish. Why are people perishing? Stress, sickness, hospital, right? They're perishing over here. Lack of education. And think about the economy as a whole, guys. Our economy, our world is made up of those who know this stuff and those who don't know this stuff. And most don't know. Most don't know. We're starting to understand now, but most don't know. They don't know that they're in this web, they're in this matrix, so to speak. They don't have the information that's needed to make it happen. So what's the remedy? You guys know that here's, you know, I drew out you the problem. I told you the missing component. Now we need a remedy. So can anyone tell me, can you comment below, what is the remedy to the problem? And what is the remedy to how to solve the missing component? All right. So I see some comments here. Tracy said, what's going on, by the way, Tracy? Tracy said, creating a skill set and monetizing it is the key. Absolutely right. Mastering, that's right. That is exactly right. Because let me ask you this. What's the difference in a skill set that we're shown? Well, let me back up. Let me ask this first. Are we shown a skill set in college, or do we usually find that out later? Are we shown a skill set in college, or do we usually find it out later? Let me know your thoughts on that one. Are we shown a skill set in college, or are we just told what we need to learn? And then even after we get out of school, check this out. And I think I know what you're going to say, Tracy. Even when we get out of school, guys, when you go on an interview, check this out. We're gonna dissect this right quick. We're just having a conversation here, guys. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm just, look, I want you to see something beyond probably what you never thought about before. Maybe you have. Maybe you have. Okay, I got an answer right here. Tracy said, no, college is just gathering knowledge. That is so true. College is just gathering knowledge, guys. That's it. And case in point. When you graduate college and you go on those interviews to get a job, right? And they turn you down. Why do they turn you down most of the time? You ever heard this phrase from them? You don't have enough what? Experience. You don't have enough experience. So if I don't have enough experience, how am I going to get the job? What was college for then? I paid thousands of dollars to go to college, but you saying I can't get the job because I don't have experience. Well, how am I going to do that? Interesting. College teaches you to work for somebody else. Yes, they do. College does not teach you to work for yourself, guys. College teaches you to work for somebody else. College teaches you to work for somebody else's dream. College teaches you to work for somebody else's economy, somebody who's creating their own economy. That's what college teaches us. And it may take you years. You paid thousands upon thousands of dollars to go to college, and the job is going to not even pay you, probably not going to pay you more than likely that per year. And if they do pay you something close to that, you still have one income stream without the guarantee that that income stream is going to last for years. So the missing component, guys, just like Tracy said, is to develop or to master a skill set and get and to monetize it. What monetization means is to get paid to do it. Okay? To get paid to do it. That's what it is. That's what it is. So that's the remedy. That's the remedy. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, well, I don't have a skill set right now. I don't know how to develop. I don't know, what I can do. What can I do, Ontarian? Well, guys, there are several things that you can tap into. You don't necessarily have to have a skill set that you develop. You can tap into something that can help you develop a skill set, if that makes sense. Okay, I like to call it, or the area of a business that I like to tap into, which has been a very huge blessing for me and my family, is affiliate marketing, guys. Okay, affiliate marketing, if you don't know what that is, you're tapping into another business or a business that is already in place. You don't have to come up with the name. You don't have to come up with the process, the education, the website, the sales funnels, or whatever the business has is already in place. The products and services already in place. All you do is just plug in. All you do is plug in to the product or services. But before you plug in, there's something very important. You need to be passionate about what you're plugging into. You need to have a little bit of education, not necessarily, but a little bit of education about what you're plugging into. And if you have those components, you can develop a skill set inside of that umbrella, and you can do very, very well for yourself. Affiliate marketing, guys, the affiliate home-based business field is killer. It's wide open. Anybody can tap into it. Anybody can do it if you have the vision. So I'm closing here in just a second, guys. Here's the deal. We want to get and not down. Let me just say this first. I'm not downplaying a job, because there's jobs out there that we I need. There's jobs, there's people out there that I need to count on that work a job. Let me give you an example. I need to count on a nurse. Okay. I need to count on a doctor. I need to count on a lawyer at times. All right. I need to count on police officers. I need to count on judges, the jury. I need to count on, medics. I need to count on EMTs. I need to count on these people. These people are doing a great work on a daily basis. On the flip side, there's a lot of you, you're just tired of your job. And I know, how do I know this? Because I've talked to several of you on the phone. Guys, I talk to people every single day. If it's not by phone, it's by email or it's by text. And I can't tell you how many times that I've heard I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. Sick and tired. Stress, sick, stress, sick. The cycle of life, guys. The cycle of life. So what do you do? Again, the remedy is what's going to give you some leeway. What's going to help to lift some of this stress off so you don't get sick? Because that's what we want to prevent is sickness, right? What can we do to lift this? You want to become an entrepreneur. And guess what? I'm going to be honest with you. It's not going to be easy because you're breaking the cycle of, you're breaking something that's been ingrained in you for a long time. You're breaking some chains, guys. Think of this cycle right here as a long chain, thick chain. And when you try to place in another link in this chain, it's going to be hard. You got to break that chain. You got to break all them years of you understanding one thing, a job. And when you tap into entrepreneurship, you got to understand that it's going to take some work. Oh, I'm not going to get a check unless I do something. You mean I can't just go somewhere and work and get paid every 2 weeks? No, as an entrepreneur, folks, it is all in your hands. So you got to insert that chain link in there somewhere to where we break this cycle of life, to where we don't get sick, to where we're not stressing all the time. Because in the end, guys, check it out now. In the end, the entrepreneurship cycle of life, or what we need to insert entrepreneurship, is all about helping other people. So when we're able to create an economy for ourselves, guess what? We're also serving other people. So it's not all about us. It's not all about us. At a job, you're serving the company, right? You're serving the company. You're helping them grow. As an entrepreneur, you're growing and you're helping other people grow. Which one would you rather have? Now, granted, most of us got to work a job for the time being, and I was in a place where I worked a job for years. I started working when I was 16 years old. But by God's grace, I was able to retire around 35, that was my actual age that I wanted to retire, around 35 years old, and I haven't looked back since. You see, I was in this cycle of life, guys. I mean, I didn't get real sick, but I was doing this, and I was heading there because I was doing a lot of this. All right, it's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. That was my thought process on the way home. I said, let me draw this out. Let me do a video about this. I think it'll be interesting to really draw this out to see people's thoughts on it. So I want to look at your comments real quick. Tracy said, people come into my cardiology clinic daily for stress tests, daily. Now listen, guys, this is Tracy talking. my good friend, my business partner, she is a nurse. She's an RN. She said, people come into my cardiology clinic daily for stress tests, and it's really their jobs making them sick. Their job is making them sick. And then she said, a job is an investment firm to fund your dream. I like this, but you have to execute on your purpose to get it in motion. I'm gonna read that one more time, guys. That is huge. A job is an investment firm to fund your dream, but you have to execute on your purpose to get it in motion. I couldn't have said it better, guys. I couldn't have said it better. So while you're working your job, I've said this several times on video, guys. While you're working your job, set aside some money. Make sure you're saving a little bit of money so that you can fund your dreams. Okay? Now, I got good news for you guys. And make sure, if you haven't watched the last video, live video that I did with Tracy and I, actually, we broke down some parameters, guys, that is going to help you get a head start. If you feel, which this is likely the case, if you feel that your money at the end of the month is not cutting it, you got more bills at the end of the month, that means you have a cash flow problem. Okay? Let me just draw this. I want you to keep this diagram in your mind. I'm going to open up another chart, and I'm going to draw out to you the three phases, the three phases to financial freedom. And this is exactly what I follow, guys. The three phases to financial freedom. Real simple. This is the chain. This is the new chain link that you need. So we got phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. The first one is what we call cash flow. All right, we need cash flow. That's important. Now, if you don't have enough cash flow at the end of the month left after you pay your bills, then I want to help you in that area. I got something for you. As a matter of fact, what I have for you can help put more money back in your pocket, okay? Because right now the government taxes is taking a chunk of your check right now, okay? Every single paycheck. Man, where's all of my money going? I know I worked 60 hours this week and I was supposed to get overtime, but where did my money go? And you open up your check, right? You're looking at your check and you look at taxes, and your eyes get wide, like, yeah, all your money, most of it, is going to taxes. How would you like to put most of that back in your pocket? I can help you do that. Okay. The second phase, once you get your cash flow up, now, mind you, the goal here, let me get another color. The goal here is to put an extra $500 per month back in your pocket. Okay, so if we can help you do that, then it's well worth it. I don't care if it was an extra $50 a month. It's better than nothing, right? So once you gather more cash flow, which we can show you how to do on your job, now we want to transition into residual income. All right. So what's the idea here with residual income? Residual income is going to pay you month after month, guys, for doing the work one time. And we're going to show you how to do that too. Residual income is the sweetest thing going, guys. Residual income is what I like to call the exit strategy. Because guess what? We all have residual bills. Why not have residual income? Makes sense to me. And then the last component, once you're moving through these phases, is compounding, okay, or investing, okay? So now here, with our money is working for us. We're not working for it, it's working for us. For us. All right? This is the new chain reaction that you need. If you don't have this, you're right here. You're right here. We got to get here. We got to get here. So I want to see some comments. If you want to learn how to put more money back in your paycheck, just comment yes in the comments. If you want to learn, I mean, you don't have to do, there's nothing special you have to do. You don't have to talk to anybody, okay? You want to learn how to put more money back on your in your pocket, at your job, at your regular job that you're working, that you've probably been working for the last 10, 20 years, 5 years, I don't know. Just type a yes. I want to learn. Phase 1, guys. This is it. This is where you want to be. Okay. Phase 2. Once you got the cash flow going, now we can start the residual income. And by the way, in phase 1, there's a way to also get a residual income. So once you got phase 1 and phase 2 going, now we can have your money start to work for you. This is the cycle. This is where you want to be right here. All right. So hopefully, guys, you got something out of this. Hopefully it all makes sense, the breakdown. All right. So, yeah, I will get with you, Gloria. Hopefully you saw something out of this. Hopefully this kind of woke you up to, okay, this makes sense. You know, this is where I am right now. Or I know somebody in this right now, right? We all do. We've been there before. We've been there before. Okay. So guys, thanks for watching. And if you got any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. All right. Take care and God bless.